It starts now. 3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us?
Putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Hi, we're back.
You're back. I'm back again, and you've returned.
I'm back. I have returned from the dark side. I have come back to life, sort of through my matrixing of doom and magic.
That is actually really cool looking.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm going to use that as a natural effect. Kick ass. Welcome, travelers and those alike, to the Orion Effect. I am your host, Ed the Hitman Odell, otherwise known as the Cosmic Surfer himself.
And I am your hostess, Rhonda Harris Dowdy. And I think that's about as exciting as I get for tonight. I haven't come up with anything. I'm just feeling bleh.
Let me tell you. First of all, I may even have a surprise for you. I've invited someone to be on if he wishes to come on. So we may have a secret co-host pop on later. We shall see.
Yeah, you know I'm always down for a surprise. So whatever you got.
Very good, very good. And I want to say hello to Robert. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have there's a lot going on tonight. You guys,
there's a lot going on tonight. I think this weekend was a gorgeous weekend here in Central Virginia. So I think a lot of people were out and about, enjoying the weather because we got that taste here of how cold it's gonna get, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's 70. Let's go outside, just in case." And I think we're wrapped up spooky season, right? Like we haven't really, for paranormal investigators, we haven't wrapped up spooky season.
Oh no,
but for like the haunted houses and the events like that, that's come to an end. So people, I think this weekend either stayed home or were out and about. So I think everybody's feeling it this weekend.
There was a lot of events taking place this weekend. I know there's some taking place today. And there's television shows that are on that people want to see. So, I can say I appreciate anybody and everybody that's tuning in right now. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to read that if I can. Our
Yes.
good friend Robert has returned to the show. Robert, it's so good to see you back. He says, nice intro, seeing that is the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who.
Nice.
Yes, that's another reason. Even the show's kind of Whoian, if you will, a kind of a Time Lordish factor. I'm a Whoian, and got the whole thing going on. But it's also a tribute to Doctor Who because it's the longest running television show in the world. 2, it has an amazing actors. And 3, that's not just an ordinary intro that we use. That is actually by Triffic Experiment. All rights written. They rewrote it, changed it to their section. And what an amazing group over in England who created it for us. And I cannot say thank you enough to Triffic Experiment. If you do not know who they are, check them out on YouTube, on Facebook. It's Triffic Experiment. They really do a lot of amazing covers of a lot of bands and television shows, as you see.
I wonder if we could ever get them on.
Oh, yes, we can. We're going to have to work on that. But yes, I'd love to get Amy on. She's the one that does the vocals, and she's got an amazing range. Have them all. Yes. And what did he say? He said spooky season is year-round for the paranormal investigators.
Yes. It does. It is.
There.
It's just I guess I don't want to say it's what do you call it? The entertainment events have slowed down this weekend.
Yes.
The commercial events have slowed down now.
True. Very much true. And Robert, other half of brother Odell, has popped in. He says they were at Sears working. Okay.
We'll just leave that right there.
We're going to leave that there. I think we're going to leave that there. You'll have to message me later because I did not understand that. I'm not going to lie, Rob. I have no sleep. And
I don't know where Sarah works, but I think maybe he met people were out and about today or staying home.
Yeah, his wife did have a rough weekend, and she does work for a major clothing store. I'll go that way.
Okay.
Not to give it away too much. And he did inform me that there was a really rough weekend for that. I can understand that. Your partner in crime is here. Mine was Robert, and yours is
Miss Kim Sage. Hello, hello.
Yes, hello and good evening, madam. How are thy? Hopefully the beautifulness is still there and you're blooming and getting better every day.
She is. She's recovering. But she's doing her thing again, and she's crafting and interacting and working on her websites and stuff like that. So Kim is slowly but surely getting back to herself. It's wonderful to see.
Oh, and a hello to Ronnie Rickard. I don't see him, but hello, Ronnie. Welcome. And
hey.
There's a Boo crew in the house. Look, y'all trying to take over the thing here. I see what you're doing.
The Boo crew, most of the Boo crew, with Ronnie and Shayla and John and Tyler, they're all prepping for Paranormal Vacation to start next weekend. So,
okay. On that. Oh, Robert. The people were at Sears work. Oh, I got you now. Yeah. Rhonda corrected me because I couldn't get it. Then I went, oh, the conversation earlier. Yes, I remember. And you're going to hear that voice because I am delirious. We'll talk about that in just a second. She pops in and says, slowly getting there. Very good. Every step of the day is a better way.
In more ways than one.
Right? Where the hell did that come from? That was pretty good, actually. I got to pat myself on the back. That was pretty good. Sparkle! Robert says, where is everyone tonight? Well, there's a lot of televised things going on, and I am not being nasty by this comment I'm about to say, but there is a lot more podcasts going on right now, and there's 2 more podcasts going on at our time. So everybody's getting their fill of whatever they want to watch.
Hey, whenever they want to watch it, they don't have to watch it now with us. At least you can watch it tomorrow while you're working and whatever you want to do.
Exactly. What the hell is he saying now?
The new girlfriend is Savannah Brown.
She awesome. Is there something I need to know? But no,
I am not speaking Robert tonight.
he lost me on
I
that
did
one.
for one. I figured out the first one. You got to figure out that one.
Is she in a band or something? Maybe she's in a band or something. Maybe, yes. Robert says, listening to the birds outside in the rain. Oh, dude, kick ass. That's what I'm talking about. And thank you guys. All of you, if you have questions, you want to chime in tonight, feel free to. That's what this show's about. We're going to talk, throw it down. We're going to talk about what's been going on. We are going to talk about this weekend a little bit because it is connected to this show. A lot of good things have taken place. This weekend for me was the beginnings of something old. Look at that. I'm rhyming. I'm doing well so far.
It's a resurrection.
Yes, a bit of a resurrection. I'm freezing
The
the fall.
y'all.
Okay, right. Okay. Well, you know what? He might be experiencing paranormal hangover as well. So I cannot say but so much. I know we were both there. So, yes, ASPS reformed officially. And this was our first investigation out. And Ryan C. Jones stepped up to the plate and said, let's do it at the cabin. Let's go old school. I was like, okay, let's do this, shall we? So we had old returning members, Shelley Walker. We had the old lead investigator return, and they have started a new faction down in North Carolina. Jim Livingston and Samantha Gravitt. They joined us this weekend. We actually saw Woofy. She came by to say hi. She was
Nice.
too much going on. She couldn't get an availability to be there, but she definitely wanted to make an appearance. Of course, Ryan was there. It felt like the old gang, and it was really nice. Kenny showed up. Kenny was there.
Yay.
Yeah, Kenny, Kenny's finally in the field. Oh, Robert, I do apologize.
Robert.
My hip, my damn hip. Okay, sorry. Yeah. And then we had our new members that have joined, and a lot of our members are from other teams or have come from other teams or still part of other teams, such as you. We actually talked about that today. A lot of people are confused and all. I'm like, okay, so here's how it works. Ryan is the co-founder of CROP, Commonwealth Researchers of the Paranormal, and he's also the co-founder of ASPS. So therefore, we work together, but he is merely an investigator for ASPS now.
Right. Right.
Rhonda is home team is FPRI. This was her choice, and she works with ASPS.
Yep. And I really would hope to be able to make a little appearance last night. I told Ryan that I was like, I'd hope to, and I was cautious. I almost told y'all that I might pop in for a couple of hours, but I didn't make it. Like once we worked our event, did readings and then went to dinner, I was in bed by 10 o'clock. So I was going to try to pop out there for just like, even a couple of hours, but it didn't happen. That's like you said, that's why you created ASPS, because not everybody can be there all the time, but the ones that can show up, and sometimes you'll have a big group, sometimes you'll have a little group.
Exactly. When we investigate, we're not going to be able to take a whole crew. But if this is an opportunity to train and get how the basic dynamics are, because we did not do the full investigation the way it is done. We actually did a very relaxing style with no comm. We worked with teams in the teams. So that was really nice. Let me catch up here. Well, you could always come down to visit Oz. It's getting warmer here. Ah, I may take the TARDIS down to see you. Rob did say, he said bald, Bryce. Sorry, I know what he's talking about. Can't laugh at so much. I'll start coughing. Still dealing with that upper respiratory, and damn y'all, when you get me laughing, it was so cold, yo.
It was cold, yo.
He was around Kelsey too much this weekend. Yeah, it was a bit chilly that night. It really was. So, but that was later in the evening. It was still, very doable last night. So we enjoyed it. Yep, readings can drain you really fast.
Yeah.
True. And then, of course, Robert drops, you got the Robert from Robert. Okay. Works for me.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Jesse, Mama Drama in the house. What up?
Jesse.
Jesse is from Ghost of Stanton.
You didn't say Staunton. I'm shocked.
Well, I usually say Stanton, but I do the pronunciation so people would get confused if you're not from Virginia.
Hey, but that also means they're paying attention. So remember, hey, that guy that says it one way and then another way, and then
the double standard, you bastard. Yeah. But no, she's one of the tour guides there at Ghost of Stanton, the Ghost Walks in Stanton, Virginia. For some of you, it is spelled Staunton, but if you are not from Virginia, you will understand that. If you are from Virginia in the area, please pronunciate it correctly. Thank you. This first message has ended. Bing! Okay. It almost worked. I don't know what. There it is. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we are being silly tonight. We ring ourselves, so it is what it is. Rob says carry crystals in the pocket all day. Yeah, he's definitely has a pyro hangover. I will say that.
Drink lots of water and eat good food.
Yeah, lots of water, lots of Gatorade. Maybe we could talk a little bit about that tonight. What a pyro hangover is, why it happens. That's on a multiplicity of reasonings. What did you say here? If I get a prosthetic, am I saying that? Prosthetic. Plan is to glue some of my crystals to the
fling it up a bit.
Oh, I like that. That's hilarious. I'll make me a crystal gun right on my prosthetic. All right, that was.
It'll be bedazzled.
Bedazzled, yeah, dazzling, it's sparkly. All right, yes. What did Jesse dropped in here? I hear it's because of the Northern Spies. That's why they changed the name. Interesting. I did not know that. Well, rock on. I learned something tonight.
Me too.
Thank you, Jesse. You're absolutely welcome. And we shall see you very soon. Hopefully before it's too cold to do the walkie and talk. If not, it will be when y'all return next year for the next season. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to have moments of what the Shayla, Ghost of Stanton, Ghost Tours are awesome. I can't wait to go back. Yes, very much so. And thank you, Shayla, for giving them a prop. We sponsor and promote them. They're an amazing group of people. Marty Siebel and everyone there in Stanton. Good friends with Marty for 15, 16 years. And then working with him when I created this network, and then we just started, became a partnership. So I love everybody there, from Big Dave to Rebecca to everybody. I just love everybody. Charlie, trying to get everybody in. Robert says hello. Hi.
I think he needs more Mountain Dew and Skittles.
He's not all jacked up on dew. No, get the dew. Get the dew. All right, during the Civil War. Oh, yes, I caught you. I did understand that part, but all right, I don't know where the hell that one slid from. But it would make sense, and I can understand that. Jesse, because there was a lot of sneakiness going on in Virginia. Look at the Exchange Hotel. There's another one that in Gordonsville that has a lot of hidden gem history about the Civil War to modern military.
Yeah.
How many of you knew that the actual location of where the CIA's roots are is the Exchange Hotel? It's proven fact.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
Virginia is history rich, that's for sure.
Yes.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. But we got a lot of it.
We got a lot of it. It is very true. What can you do? What can you do? Just have some fun with it. That's what I'm saying. So, all right. So let's talk about it. So you had your stuff going on.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the cabin and ASPS Mid, but what did you do?
So there's a venue out near Thornburg, Virginia. So in between here, closer to Fredericksburg, but not quite, called Whole Greens, VA. And Whole Greens, for a lack of a better way of describing it, is a head shop. And they had a fall festival and oddities event this past weekend on Saturday. And so they had in the back, and they have a very large back area. They had
what the hell's a head shop?
Well, kind of like cannabis.
Party!
Yeah.
Okay, now I just had to go.
Cool, really cool people run it. So they had this oddities fall festival. So they had a bunch of vendors out back. They had a radio station out there. The 96.9 was out there. They had food trucks. So it was kind of like an open house fall festival, raising money for charity. And we were out there. FPRI was just out there representing to have a booth. And then Peaceful Easy Healing was out there. Candy had her, shop and wares out there, and she was doing spiritual readings. Kim was out there doing aura painting readings, and I was doing tarot readings. And so we were out there pretty much for the day. It was a really cool event. I'm pretty sure they're going to do it next year. So I would 100% recommend going out there. We met a lot of cool people. Like I said, it was oddities. The vendors were amazing. So it was, I think everybody had a really good time out there. And then we left, and everybody was starving and had dinner and celebrated, and just want to put this throw out there to happy birthday to John Sullivan today. It is his birthday.
Happy birthday to you, John.
Yeah. So that was that. So it was a good day, but tiring. I think the event was a little of a later event in the day. It was noon to 6. So we didn't have to be there bright and early, but whenever you're doing readings and things like that, it wears you out. So
right.
Yeah.
So
cool place out there. They're on Facebook. Check out their website. But it was really cool. Real cool place.
So you spent the day festiving.
Yes.
And I spent the day cooking and paranormal researching.
2 of your favorite things.
2 of my favorite things. Right. Yes. It's true. Even look, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag right now, folks. Just saying. So I cooked hamburgers, hot dogs, and brought in fried chicken. And then the rest of the team brought in enough food to kill an army, as I said before.
Well, we did that last year where everybody gathered right around between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yes, and we're
And
going to
it
try.
was a feast.
Yes.
So there's one thing I will say about ASPS. They're about the food and everyone shows up with the food.
We get the groove on.
Fourth meal is good when
Yeah.
you're traveling with them.
When you with ASPS, you never go hungry. You know
Nope.
what I'm saying?
And those investigators, like I don't know who coined. John Sullivan says all the time it's time for fourth meal. That meal you get about 2 a.m. to get you
Yeah.
through.
I mean, that's a good point. Now I'm going to bring that up. I'm glad you brought this up. I didn't realize we had captured this, but Jim and I went to the store at 3:00. I had to get the hamburgers and the hot dogs, and then I had to pick up the order of chicken. I went there and we grabbed the regular packet of sleeve hamburgers, and I looked at it and said, that's not going to be enough. And he goes, oh, let's get the other pack. I'm like, yeah, do I get the price? Sure. So we got another sleeve, but it was a double sleeve. Throw them in
We
there.
got the big one.
Huh? Yeah, got the big one. Hey. Then we went back and I started cooking. Then I look at the package. I'm like, I wonder if anybody's going to notice. I'm coming full circle to this, I promise. So I am cooking my butt off for an hour and a half. Now, I could not find, now, money at this time was an economic crush. Could not find anyone that was willing to sell me one of the standard grills as Dollar General, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, out of season. They got to put away, da. I got an hibachi grill for the cabin for a quick hit. Okay, that's all right. I can handle that. I'll make it happen. So I'm on an hibachi. And for anybody that understands, this is a portable grill that's only maybe 14 inches long and maybe 8 inches, 10 inches wide, something like that. Has legs, the whole nine. It worked. I promise you it worked. It tore the hell out of some hot dogs, boy. I cooked the hell out of hot dogs in a heartbeat.
Yeah, they get really hot because they're so compact.
Exactly. And I was just like, blah, 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 blah. Out the door. I get to the second pack and I read the label and I'm going, this is going to get interesting. I say nothing. I cook everything up. I cooked all of it. And I promise you, there was maybe 4 left by today.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's on. Now we had quarts of potato salad, quarts of macaroni salad, quarts of more different type of potato salad, 7 bags of chips, dips, corn. Oh my God. Everybody brought a little something. It was amazing. Everybody had a great time. Dinner time was from 4:30 to 6:30. That was it. Boom. This is our happy birthday, John.
There's birthday boy. Happy birthday, John.
There you go. I said, this is it. This is our time period. Between 6:30 and 7, we're going to be getting ready for the investigation. And then at 7, we start. All right. So everybody, we got all the new members are there. We have the original members there. We have a guest show up, which was invited to see what the future may hold. Everybody tears the food down when we tear it up. Not that it wasn't some left. There was a lot of food still left. Again, ASPS, you better know how to eat when you roll up. And you're welcome, sir. So we go through, we get to our top of the hour break, which is about 10:30, because we had just finished Paranormal Outlaws because we were doing double duty, me and Jim. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody's talking to me. They're like, oh, we love those hamburgers, man. They tasted so great. Da, da, da. I'm like, are you sure? Yeah. They're like, yeah, we loved them. The taste was awesome. I'm like, are you sure? They're like, yeah, we loved them. I'm like, okay.
Was it turkey?
No.
Was it bison? What did you get?
No. I actually, Jim and I will not go down in this ship alone. We actually got soybean burgers, and they were good.
No, they can be good.
They were good. I'm not lying to you guys. We tore the shit out of that plane. So, pardon. Sorry. Don't get in trouble, Facebook. Sorry, YouTube. My bad.
So you gave people meatless burgers.
Yeah.
Now, my question about that is, because we all know when you paranormal investigate, you got to be careful what you eat
Yes.
because you can be the demon. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I
any
did eat-
problems with tummies after that?
No.
Oh, good.
Nobody had any gas. Yeah, I'm just being straightforward because we were like that all night long. No gas, no stomach pains, nothing. Everybody was honestly, I don't know who the ha 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 was, but
That's Candy.
oh, hey, Candy. But I see Robert says non-GMOs. Yeah. But you know what? It went with everybody was in a great mood. Everybody was, maybe I need to do this more often because everybody was pow, 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 pow. There was no frustration, no tension. It was the smoothest private investigation I had been on in a very long time. I'm like, from now on, you get the soybean forever.
Well, I guess, it won't weight people down.
It depends. And see, I thought the same thing. But if we're not pooping and we're not having to put it on the digital going, that was me, I had gas, then okay. And nobody complained. No stomach aches or nothing. I was like, this is incredible. Now, I did not season the meat. Okay, said meat. At least it wasn't a black bean burger, okay? I don't season my meat anymore, especially when it's charcoal. I take the seasoning and sprinkle over the charcoal, and I let that tenderize and season the meat. I have to. I can't have that salt and all that on my burgers. But I learned this amazing way of doing things. Everybody was giving compliments. Nobody had no high blood pressure problems. Hell, let's go there. Nobody in hypertension. Even Ryan was like way laid back. He's like, yeah, we're doing this, Maybe it's just because we finally all came back together after 10 years. It's been 10 years since we actually activated ASPS. We started last year, Ron, as you know, putting the golden road down to where we are. We have a lot to go. I thought the idea of using cell phones was going to be a smart move. It is, and it isn't. Actually, I think we are going to go ahead and get the updated CCTV system with audio, visual, and thermal. Just because I saw the things last night, I'm going, this was a great opportunity to what and how do we want to do things. The other thing is I may be looking into and see if anybody has a trailer because I want to go on mobile command post now. I never have wanted, nor will I ever have a comm inside the location. It's contamination of evidence based on EMF readings and sensors, etc. So, we've got a goal for next year. Going to make the goal, and I don't care if it's a 5x10. That's great. We will find a trailer and convert it into a mobile command center. What's Robert saying here? Oh, hold on, Shayla. Oh, John, stomach demons. Yeah, I'm just catching up to these. That's a nice way to say it, Rhonda.
I try to be correct. But it doesn't have to be food. One of the investigations recently, John and I was on it. I don't think either one of us ever said it, but we had these energy drinks, these VA energy drinks, and they were really good, but they made my stomach like, it wasn't like stomach demons, but you could hear like bubbles. I could hear bubbles come. I was like, that was my stomach.
What is the worst food to eat when you're investigating? Let's talk about that for a second. Robert says, we did find some new things on the grounds. Yes, we did. We had a lot of, we'll get to the experiences, but yeah, we had some new experiences. But what do you think is the one food that you probably should not eat on investigation?
Mexican. I'm going to say Mexican.
Okay,
or spaghetti. Or like something like spaghetti that's heavy.
spaghetti. Now spaghetti does because of the item that I'm getting ready to refer to. Onions. The sulfuric base system does give everyone a gaseous form. Beans. Okay, we'll go there.
Taco Bell would not be recommended.
Taco Bell, yeah. No Taco Bell. Hey, Mike. Yeah, no Taco Bell. Yeah, stay away from all that food when you're doing investigating. I mean, really, it's not just for the sake of everybody else, but it's the sake for yourself because these foods do create a gas in your stomach and you will feel like crap. They'll dehydrate you, they'll expand your stomach. They can cause high blood pressure. For those who have high blood pressure, you don't want to do this. There's a lot of things or reasons why you got to watch certain foods that you do eat. Spaghetti or Italian and Mexican are your two number ones. Chicken depends on if you're allergic to chicken, Rob.
Well, it also with chicken depends on if you could deal with like fried chicken or not. Because like some people cannot tolerate something fried at all.
Yeah, I'm getting that way. I really am getting that way. Fried chicken, fried pork chops, anything like that tears me up now. I just get horrible pains. I'm like, yep, that's enough of that. Baked chicken is good. That's just a good way to go. Just all I'm saying is just be careful of the food you do eat when you get ready for this. And you're doing a dinner, careful of the items you have for the dinner if it's pre-investigative period. Some people will be like, oh, I ain't worried about that, and they'll do it anyway. That's fine. But just remember what we talked about. And then when you get the, and you're like, remember what we said. You get the stomach cramps. There's a reason we say what we say. So that's just some humor. But honestly.
But it's true. You don't really want to be the person on every EVP going, that was my stomach.
No, we did have that.
That was my butt.
No pains or anything, but there was, yeah, right. You pooted. But there was some bubbling in the stomachs, and we did have to call it out last night. That's true. There was some bubbling in people's stomachs, mine included. I'm like, oh, sounds like a drum down there. I got Neil Peart in my stomach. But all in fun. We had a great time, and we're able to call it out. Let's talk about that because I know Robert's like, come on. I got a good point. The experiences, we encountered some new stuff at the cabin on 360. For the first time in a very long time, I encountered something different. I was encountering something. Now we started out with my team. I was with Shelly Walker, Constance Walker, and a gentleman by the name of Chris. We started in the cabin. We had another team in the rancher and another team in woods, and we divided the woods in zone 1, 2, and 3. Included danger zones of non-public private property. So I had to let everybody know because some people were asking, like, look, these are Ryan gave us examples of why that, because Dennis got a pistol pulled on him one time. Now I know where the zones are. Will not go there. But we started in the cabin and the back room first floor, which everybody evidently hates, right? Everybody's like,
okay, yeah.
Well, we didn't go.
That's the room you and I got. EVPs that were very personal.
Oh, it got personal last night. It got personal. And I can talk about this. This is interesting because I'm glad you brought that up. Now, not as personal as like family relatives or something. However, Shelly has popped the cork off of her abilities and she is back on target. And we did find out that Constance has her mama's abilities and a little bit more. That was intriguing. So we're sitting there talking. Shelly starts talking to me about Howie. Do you know anything about a little girl? As she's talking, I'm looking, and my chair is directly looking down the hallway into the kitchen. For those of you who know about the rancher or about the cabin on 360. And as I'm talking to Shelly, and I'm watching down the hallway, and Shelly's like, "Tell me about this trickster, and is there a spirit, or do I find things unusual, weird things, doors opening, closing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, that's a given." I'm seeing this little girl form in the hallway, right at the kitchen hall end, right there. She probably about 8 or 9 years old, maybe a little younger than that, and she is walking towards us through the hallway. I'm like, Shelly, 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 Shelly. Chris is like, "What's going on? What's going on?" I'm like, there is a little girl that is walking down the hallway, and I clearly can see her. I can clearly see her. Now, I'm not saying there was color, stenciling. I can tell that it was 18th century clothes, if you will, those kind of things. She gets to maybe about 2 feet before the doorway, because there's no door there. And she stops, and Shelly's like, something's going on. What's going on? And next time I'm like, "Chris, don't move." Chris gets up and sits up in a chair, and boom, she disappears. No, I swear it looked like the thing from The Ring. She vanished, but you could see this flash go behind Chris, behind Shelly. It was like, oh, yeah, like that. And I was like, all right. Constance went, "What's going on? What's going on?" It furthered into more conversation and personal stuff. And I went, wow, this is heavy. It gave us some more information about the past, if you will. There we go. Did I do that proper?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And I was like, it doesn't matter to me. The past is in the past. I do not wish to return that. And I don't care. And I don't want it to come back. Simple. But evidently, this little girl, along with her father, hint, tend to hover over me. Okay. Shelly said, "Who do you trust?" Her dowels and rods, boom, slammed right over to me. And I'm like, all right, cool. That's awesome. So we had this. Now, this was that whole hour. So it was a transition to that hour. That was really cool. We moved from there. They moved into transition from there into the woods. I did Paranormal Outlaws with Jim, came back out, met back up. Did a little bit of woods, but came back out. There was a lot of personal experiences last night. Not a lot of physical activity. That much I can say. We encountered a lot of unusual. Oh, the Hope app. By the way, homie, your app kicks ass. Just saying.
It's good. Kim and I have gotten good stuff with that.
It worked like a charm last night, and none of the others did. So what does that tell you? That's interesting. It communicated perfect, single and multiple words by opening the gate. None of the other ones we used could we get it clear, but only the Hope.
And, in the Hope app, you have to be cautious with. I'd review everything again, because a lot of times when I don't hear it, when I open the gate and close it and play it immediately back, when I go listen to it a day or so later, it's like, oh, okay. I hear it better now.
Yeah. Okay, so perfect example. We were in Melissa's room. Okay. This was towards the end. Even Kenny, Robert, had already left. A bunch of us went over to the rancher, and I was using the Hope app. And she was quite honest, quite open, whatever spirit was there. Let me make that note. I'm not going to say it was Melissa, but we were getting the confirmations of perfect communication. Yes, no, I am tired. Why are you asking me this? Where are we going with this? I think we even got, this is going on too long. I'm tired. I don't get a lot of sleep. It can go on. So I was like, wow. Usually we get cat ball play. We get anything in the rancher. We got shit but the Hope app.
You get it both upstairs and downstairs in the basement?
Actually, here's an interesting part that you bring that up. So Robert and a few others made a note. Robert did make a note that said that the basement felt like it was cleansed. Okay.
Oh,
He did not feel any negative energy. I didn't feel anything in the rancher except for the small energy. Lots of people were feeling a very dark. I meant dark. I did not say evil. Do not miscue my words. Dark energy over in the cabin. And guess where? Up in the Pearl.
so
You
basically, you weren't even feeling positive or negative in the rancher. Everything was just kind of flat,
neutral. It was neutral. It was completely neutral.
which can happen. I mean, it's
It,
all it can happen.
yeah, absolutely. I think Robert and another actually said that there's a possibility they think that the energy that usually hangs in the basement went to the cabin.
Well, they certainly could.
We don't know enough about it to say no. So that was intriguing. Jennifer, um, Gracie, and Kelsey were up in the Pearl, and all three of them were like, never felt such negative energy ever up in the Pearl.
But you
And I said,
haven't been up there. You haven't done the show from up there recently.
no, no, because they told me they didn't want us to doing it there.
Yeah,
I mean, they bluntly said no more show, or what did they?
interesting.
Yeah, I forgot how they said it, but they didn't want it up there. They prefer us to do it down in the lobby when we do the show there, and I'm like, I'm down with that. I'm perfectly fine. I think it's because it allows the gentleman to roam when he wants or whatever entities are there.
I wonder if it was quiet too, because I mean, everybody knows about protecting and doing things like that because you did have some younger folks there, like
Um,
Gracie and Constance.
exactly, and for the first time, we started the protocols back of the original protocols for ASPS, and everyone that walked up could not come in the cabin until they were saged and spritzed. So yeah, that's the whole deal. So that was maybe that had something to do with it. I dropped the energy off of anyone that walked through that door.
Good.
We had, like I said, we had Wolfie come up. She tried to come in. I was like, you can't come in. And she goes, you're setting protocols, aren't you? I was like, yes, I am. She's like, all good, boss. And she backed off and we just hung out on the porch. She knew it. Tanya? No, she knew it too. She tried to come in the cabin and, just strolling in. Hey, everybody. I'm like, nope. You're not investigating tonight. I can't let you in the cabin tonight. Oh, all right. I get it. I totally understand. The people that know our workings and how we do our SOPs, they're really cool about it. And they're like, oh, Howie set up his own. Yeah, I did. I set up his own last night. Could that have been why? Maybe. I don't know. But it had significant bearings on our activity, I think. And I think that's why we had what we had. In the woods were very active last night. I use the word fey, but there were whistles, there were yelps, there were screams, there was running. We saw a gray mist across the grounds. We saw a lot in the woods last night. I will say that. The woods were much more active than they usually are. It
The
was
woods, I think, can have so many things from the soldiers, from the Native Americans, from whatever. I think I've actually said before, I wondered some of the weird light play out there sometime wasn't fake.
I can't. It looks like a thunderstorm behind me now. I think that's cool. Fire! No, I have to say I kind of agree with you. Hey, Danielle, I do agree with you.
And which would make sense because I mean there was a Native American presence there, which does. I mean they are known to call in elementals for protection and for different things, and um, that could have been as well. Fae like children as well. I say children because y'all had teenagers there. They're really not children, but Fae are drawn to childlike individuals. So
Agreed. And actually, the only real child And I don't want to call her a child, but Gracie's not a child. But
No, no, not at all. Like I said, they're teenagers. They're not children, and they're very well versed in who they. I mean, Gracie is amazing. I have had the pleasure of investigating with Gracie multiple times. I've seen her do the Estes method, which she is amazing at.
she's badass.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I've seen her with, she's just amazing. She floors me every time I'm with her. So
she's like this little quiet package of explosive energy. It's just
yes,
waiting to come out. Even Kenny made a note of her quietness, and she's a watcher.
she's a watcher. She is a watcher,
It's just like her grandmama.
but she is a pleasure to do investigations with.
Oh, she's amazing. Her energy and her she keeps that level energy, but it's it's ready going to explode at some point. But it's all compact and everything's fine. She doesn't show fear.
No.
She has a very well composure about herself that's really professional.
Yes.
I say the same thing about Constance. I think when Constance found her ability last night, she was caught off guard.
Of course, if you haven't experienced it before.
Yeah. But she actually has another ability over her mother that was caught last night. And even Shelley was like, what did she just do? And I'm like, I know exactly what she just did. So Constance has got a little extra kick on the spiritual side. That's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to see what comes from Constance. Kelsey, I said it last night. I said it this morning. I'll say it again. Kelsey will be the new leader of ASPS. She'll be leading the next generation. She has a fire. She is so good at tracking, debunking, researching, hunting, that I just see so many leadership qualities. I worry that sometimes she might open a can of whoop ass on somebody, but maybe it's needed. So I see those qualities in her too. So this next generation, I'm excited. I feel now that when and if the day comes, I walk away for whatever reason, that it's going to be in amazingly good hands.
I have to wonder too if that's not a product of us, us being like a collective, like parents of this day and age, not who our goodness.
It's still there.
Of not being where our parents were, where they tried to block children from their abilities and to kind of close that off and not be open. I wonder if what you're seeing and what you're experiencing and what I've seen with Gracie isn't a product of, different attitudes of parents towards their children.
Okay.
See, hear, and feel,
Yeah, then that's interesting you bring this up. Now, I'll play the devil's advocate on this one. I know Kelsey's mother. I've known her since we were in middle school. And she wants nothing to do with the paranormal per se in the way that Kelsey does. But Kelsey does have this very anarchist, I'm going to do it my way attitude, which is a flame. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing for her. That she can light a spark at any moment and she can hunt that spark. It's kind of like you're waiting to see that in Gracie too.
Oh yeah, Gracie's fearless.
Yeah, fearless.
She's the first one when you're doing a public investigation, and you guys were doing private, but public. Usually when you ask like who wants to do the Estes method or who wants to, after you've demonstrated, most people they're quiet. They're like, not me. I don't want to. She's the first one. I will.
I'm in. No, wait. You got to do it right. I'll do it.
Yep, I'll do it.
There's only one low pitch. It's always low and soft.
Yep, I'll do it.
Yep. And she's, literally, no pun intended. Why do we got Lisa's banner running at the bottom? That's all right. That's all right. I just noticed, I'm like, what the hell? We're promoting them. Why not?
Promoting them for their next show. That's
right. That's right.
We
right
meant to do that.
Yeah, it's right there. That's the I think that watching them, and their demeanors and how they're sucking up information right now. I think is great, and you're right. It's probably in their development because they're raised by Gen Xers.
Hmm.
Not all of them, but majority. All three of them are Gen Xers. Never mind. I
Yeah,
was
I mean, I haven't met Kelsey's mom, but clearly, even if she doesn't want any part of it, hasn't believed in it, she was never put such a shutdown on it that Kelsey was like ever felt weird about
yeah.
what she wanted to do. So there you have that,
Agreed. So they've got a very free thought right now, and I'm that's going to make it a lot easier for us to train and help them grow and build a better foundation as new members, come forth and to at least one new member that is going to be looking at joining us comes with a lot of experience, and he'll be able to share his experiences with them as well. So I'm excited about that too.
very cool.
As we get ready to move to Roanoke and have that team there, we already have that team set up down there. It's just one the transition for me. Um, I think it's great. Unfortunately, we missed Vicky, Christy, Britt, and Wolfie. But everything happens for a reason. Those four already have plenty of experience in the field. Um, and Kelsey is a lot like Britt. There's a lot of connections there, and so is Becca. Oh, Becca didn't make it because she was at the hospital, but Becca is like the other half of Kelsey. It's like two for the price of one. I'm screwed. But I think talking about that real quick and talking about paranormal hangovers, we'll jump into that for the last 4 minutes. Paranormal hangovers basically could come from your overuse of your extension of your senses,
Yeah.
your overuse of your audio, your visual, and your ambient,
Yep.
and you just burn out because your body's not used to it. It's like being in the scare factor 12 hours.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, you know what? I'll say this too. Anybody that says they're not scared in the field, I don't want them investigating with me. I don't want to be around them. We have to have a certain amount of fear for it's a natural instinct for protection. Um, and if there's a person who's truly not scared of anything, well, don't say it out loud. You're going to provoke that reaction. Others could get hurt for that. Others could respond with different things. Um, but when it comes to paranormal hangovers, it really is. You've probably not drank the right material. Uh, Here we are. We drink sodas and coffee
No,
first thing.
it's electrolytes and water. I mean, you do what you do while you're investigating. I don't have found any problem with because we did it, and you don't even have to be investigating if you're open at all. I remember my first 2-day intensive mediumship training. I felt like I had the flu for 3 days after. Like
Yeah.
I physically felt like I had the flu. I felt horrible.
Well, that's what a lot of people don't understand. We can get spiritual food.
Yeah. So
It does affect us.
and during the time it's not bad if you need to eat sugar, if you need to drink caffeine, whatever you need to do, but when you're done you need to up to an investigation. I feel push fluids, eat right, don't be eating junk, and then when you're done feed the beast as well. But what I mean is eat eat, rest, drink lots of fluids, things like that to try to get rid of that,
Eat more
and
fruits.
then know that it's going to happen, like expect it.
Exactly. Treat it like you're going to have a hangover next day. Get you 2 aspirin, pop them, drink 2 cups of water before
It's
you go to
actually, to me, it's worse than like the hangovers I had as when I was back in my party days because
Oh, please just say
alcohol, like all you had to do is go drink some Gatorade and get a greasy cheeseburger and some fries, and you were good to go.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not a paranormal hangover. It like that food's just going to make it worse. So eat well, rest, plan on the next day, just being tired.
You do need that rest because the other thing is there's the physical aspects, your eye sockets become dry. There's fluids in your ears that become hardened and throw you off balance. If you did not properly hydrate, of course, your system is going to be making you pee all day, and
And the
you're just
multiple adrenaline rushes,
yes.
multiple. Like your adrenaline will get pumping, and then you've got an hour of sitting in the dark, just talking to each other, talking to yourself, and nothing happens. And then boom, something happens, and your adrenaline's back up.
And what does that do? It dehydrates you.
Yep.
Adrenaline dehydrates you. Make sure to take fruit.
Yes.
That's one of the things I've been thinking about. Make sure to take fruit on any investigation you have.
I would say fruit and like beef jerky, something with a little salt and a little protein.
Yeah, a little protein. You definitely protein. That's a good point. Protein. That's more of what I should say.
Yep.
Protein. You need that natural sugar, but you also need that protein. If you do an Ironman investigation, which means if you do 6 in the afternoon to 6 in the morning, that's an Ironman. Not a lot of teams do that. Most teams do a 4 to 6 hour investigation. And after learning the experiences at Selma, at Bellenemus, at multiple locations, it's true. You got to be ready for it.
Well, I mean, I'll even say it. I've been with FPR now, our FPRI now almost a year.
Mhm.
John Sullivan and everybody who knows him, this is not. He can go all night. Like he can investigate all night. Like he is the last one to bed. Like it has taken me almost a year to make it till 5 in the morning.
Yeah, you do have to build up that
I had
tolerance.
to honor that. Like sometimes at 2 in the morning, I was done. I was done, or 4 in the morning, or I might even still be doing it, but I'm just barely dragging. And it's taken me almost a year to get up to where I can go all night.
Oh no, I have found John's equal, and I have forgotten all about his stamina.
Oh, he will investigate all night because I mean he loves it. And so those adrenaline rushes will keep him going.
Jim Livingston, exact same way.
Who is?
Jim Livingston, him and Sam.
Well, we
Jim,
will have to get the two of them together. John is
that.
always the last man standing.
Yeah, I even looked at Jim last night and said, "Screw you! I'm going to bed at 3:30. I'm done. Dude, I'm 51. I'm not 41 anymore." But yeah, then it was fun, and it was nice to get back to the ground zero of investigating. That's what I wanted to say. Sometimes you just got to go to the beginning to start over. I know you and I have talked about this for a year and a half, but you know what? I just have not been in the right mindset.
Yeah.
I'm okay with public investigations, and I'm helping and teaching and mentoring, but not investigating. Okay, I've not had that wanting where last night, it was finally installing in me, and I'm feeling the eye of the tiger, no pun intended, in me, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to do this. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it does because you do a lot of public investigations at the cabin, just like I do at Belgrove and at Hamilton. And I love them, and I love meeting the people and the new people you see, like the light bulbs go off. I love all that. As an investigator, it wears on you a little bit. Like even boot camp was so awesome because we were training these people to be into it. But it was like I looked at John and I was like, oh my God, if we're in a location and we're getting activity, we don't have to leave. We can stay.
That's one of the things I told him.
And he was like, exactly. He's like, exactly. And I was like, oh my God. So, and then when it quiets down, if you want to move, you can move somewhere else. And there's beauty in that, not having to break that once you've made the connection.
Right.
You've made the connection with spirits and they're communicating with you and you don't have to stop. It goes, oh, your 45 minutes is up.
Well, the other flip side is to that that Ryan wanted to go back to, which we were notorious at ASPS, was at the top of your exchange, your rotation, switch the teams around. Don't make it the same person and same group wherever you go. Change up. Also balance your male to female ratio. That's a huge thing as well. I really think so.
Good point.
And on that note, we've gone 4 minutes over. Oh
Woo.
no.
We had to talk about paranormal. You can't wrap up a session about an investigation weekend if you don't talk about the hangovers. So
Yeah, we had to end it that way. I think it's a great opportunity for us to discuss it, and so people can understand what I am going through right now. It is very rough for me today.
oh, I
Very-
bet, because you didn't even leave the cabin, and even though you guys stopped investigating at whatever time y'all stopped,
Yeah.
you didn't leave the cabin until 3 or 4 o'clock. So you were still attached to that energy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
like the afternoon. So
I didn't go to
you
bed
didn't
till
cut that cord till you left.
Yep. I went to bed at 3:30, and I was awoken at 8. So I thought I was going to sleep till 11. Nope. I was back up, and we were getting things done and cleaning and vacuuming and doing the whole nine. So I'm exhausted. I
There
really
you are. I know you are.
But there's those times where the exhaustion comes in, and you can try to lay down, and it's not going to happen.
Well, I will say this. I know we're supposed to be stopping, but even when I get to my tired point where I'm done, when I get home, I may be physically tired. It takes a while for my mind to shut down
Yes.
because I'm replaying everything that happened and the things I saw and the things I experienced. So, like, if I get home, say, a few times in the morning from Belgrade, I've gotten home at like 2 or 3 in the morning, my mind doesn't stop till like 5.
Right.
Even if I'm in the bed, I don't stop thinking. And then I crash. So I think you're probably the same way. It kind of replays in your mind what all happened and
what could I have done better? What could I have done right? What did I do wrong?
those aha moments, like, I know what that
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is when you walk away from the investigation, it's like the job. Walk away from it when you're there, then come back to your and research in a couple next day. Go through your research evidence a couple days later.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a whole fresher out point.
Yeah.
Focused
And that
on.
goes back to that Hope app. I'm telling you, whatever you listened to last night, whatever you listened to, go back and listen to it in like a couple of days.
Oh, I plan to. It'll be
And
Wednesday.
it will blow your mind. You're like, oh crap, anything that wasn't clear as day now will be clear as day. What they were saying, it's cool.
So I'm looking forward to that. Actually,
yeah.
That's one of the things that Ryan, Jim, and I did discuss. We miss going over the evidence, and if
I know a lot of people don't like that part.
I love it.
Me, I would like that too.
Yeah, I prefer that. I'm looking forward to getting back that in there and doing that.
Very cool. Well, send me anything if you're unsure. Send it to me. I'll listen.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the thing for networking. Working with FPRI and working with the Boo Crew and working with Crop. Yeah, let's put everybody in there. We have so many ways, so many people that we can reach out, and vice versa to go, hey, do you hear something here? Where they can go, hey, Howard, do you hear something here? Well, I wasn't there. Let's take a look. What do I hear?
Right, because you weren't sitting in the moment when that was happening.
Exactly. So you could hear something completely different than I hear.
Yep.
Vice versa. So
very cool.
Yes. Now let's get ready for John Harris.
Nice. Is that who we have next weekend?
We have Campfire with John Harris next Sunday.
And then you and I have a secret meeting we're doing Friday, right?
Yes.
For a future show.
Yes. A very special.
That's going to be so much fun.
I'm excited. I can't wait for that one as well. John Harris from RVA Paranormal will be co-hosting with us next Sunday.
Yay.
And we'll be
chatting. So now I can ask who was going to join us. Who was going to be our surprise?
I actually sent a link to Ryan to see if he wanted to join us.
Darn it.
Yeah. I know he's getting ready. Y'all two got your thing going on tonight. And
no, we're not doing that. CR had a conflict, so we've pushed that. So.
Oh. Well, where did he go then?
Ryan. I don't know. But I will be helping him Tuesday night. He asked me if I wanted to help out on Tuesday night show, and I said yes.
Well, I'll make an official announcement here. Ryan has asked to be a part of the Paranormal Outlaws.
That
So,
is gonna be such a good addition for y'all.
well, we don't.
That's a whole different perspective there.
It
I
is
love it.
the problem is with our chairs. We only have 4 chairs. So we may just swap in and out. Maybe we'll do that. He can sit in for me when I'm not around, or Jim.
Yeah.
I think I love this cross promotion we're doing with Vibe right now.
I do too. I do. Brian's so much fun and he has a different perspective on things, And he's just a good guy. Like I'll just say that. Brian and his show is fun. He has different guests than we do. It's a good time. We always have a good time.
2 different styles. I
Yes.
mean, that's the one thing is this network is different from the Vibe. They're laid back. They got their home style, and we're a little bit on the. I don't even know what the word I want to use for that. I don't want to seem egotistical or anything. We're a little bit on the commercial side. Yeah, I'll go with that. We have the backgrounds. I'm so happy to see him create his video for his intro for the freaking awesome. He did an amazing
Yeah, he
job.
did.
And I feel honored that he's following in my footsteps in certain things. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah, he'd be great with the Outlaws. There's got to be. That's all right. You know what? Here's what I'm going to say about Restream because we like Restream, but they'll change up soon and we'll end up with more seats and. But yeah, I mean, there's always somebody who can't attend, right?
Exactly. And
people have lives and stuff and sickness and children and all that good stuff.
Susan and I were talking, and if this continues and we get a couple more shows, we may end up going to the 6-seat show.
Which would be awesome.
Yeah, but unfortunately, economically, it'll kick us a little bit in the butt, but we'll get there.
We will.
That's what
we will.
Yeah. We've got Susan and Michelle, not Susan and Michelle. We got Michelle and Renee working on their new show, so that I'm looking forward to that. We'll see what happens.
Kim and I, we're still talking. We're figuring out like a name, and we kind of know what we want to do, but we also want to leave that open because we had such a good time last week. Like,
yeah, I did an amazing
You
job.
set us up with the most fun guest, literally.
He's an amazing man, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's done so much. I wait for his book.
That is my Time Lord brother right there. He is my master to my Doctor Who. I will say
I can see that.
Yeah. Great man. Great man.
Yep.
So we're going to call this an evening, folks.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for tomorrow night. I do believe he's already set up. There is Otters in playing tomorrow night. So Keith Ottersberg will be on. There'll also be mysteries behind the scenes. So that'll be with Joni.
Yeah.
Tonight, of course, will be Mama Raven and Raven's Flock. And soon we have 2 new shows coming out. What's Going Down will air the following Wednesday. I'm making that a monthly show for now. It's hard for me to give updated every week. So
I can see that.
Yeah, so if I do it once a month, and Ryan has agreed to come on the next show, so it'll be me and Ryan doing What's Going Down. So that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yes. So other than that, any good things going on, or are we going to roll out, or what are we doing?
I'm trying to think. Like my whole crew, they're going to the paranormal vacation, so that'll be a week. I don't think FERI has anything else until. Well, it's not even us. There's a group. The whole Greens VA is doing something out at Hamilton High School, so it's technically their event. We're just the group facilitating. So you can check and see if there's tickets. And then I don't think. We do have We're doing Gettysburg Academy with Dinner with a Ghost, beginning of December, and then until then, nothing till New Year's.
There you go. And yeah, we've got something. In the works.
I think we will be at the cabin. I think we're all planning on trying to be at the cabin on the 9th for the toy drive.
Very good. Very good. I know I can't say anything more about this, but New Year's will be interesting. I will say that on our end. Also, next Saturday, we will all be meeting at the cabin, and we are going to put flags out. It is.
Oh, that's that. Oh, I might be able to do that. With the Boo Crew traveling, FERI traveling, I might be able to come help.
Yep. And then we have the public investigation for those who helped put out the flags that night. So
Oh,
there you go.
I did not know.
So if you want to come out and help, you get a chance to come out there and investigate later that night. We're going to put flags on the Confederates and the Unions, the Federals, and World War II, World War One, all these special places, and looking forward to helping out for the first time this year. So,
Nice to know. I might get in on that.
hey, come on, let's do this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you've gotten delirious. Time to go.
time to go.
Ride them up.
And now it's time to go until we meet again.
And next week with John Harris, I need to get myself prepped and ready for you crazies because you two go down some deep, deep rabbit holes. I need to.
Bring your golden
I need to message Lynn. Go like, can you join too? I might need some backup.
Right. All right. Well, let's call this an evening.
All right,
we'll
sounds
see
good.
you, travelers and those like on the other side. May virtue be yours.
Have a great week and be good humans.